Reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network. You're listening to Low-Tro Reporter on the MMO Reporter Network. Brought to you by Audible. Go to audiblepodcast.com/MMO Reporter to get your first month free. And by Doghouse Systems. Go to doghousesystems.com and use the coupon code MMO Reporter to get a free 120 gig SSD with your purchase. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Low-Tro Reporter. This is episode 312. I'm Chris and I'm joined as always by the ever so affable, my favorite Carrie of all the Carries that I podcast with, at the Carrie Mac. Hi Carrie.
Hi.
How's it going?
Carrie?
I
Good.
had a mental hiccup as I was trying to remember your Twitter handle. I don't know why I blinked today, why I stuttered like that today, but I did. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Right.
How are you doing today?
I am good. I'm doing well. I'm getting excited. It's three more Tuesday night, Thursday night. 3 more sleeps.
Yay! 3 more sleeps till PAX.
Three more sleeps. Yeah.
I'm not going to be there.
I know.
It's sad.
Can't you just teleport down for a day or two?
I could teleport down and go in a wheelchair, like a powered wheelchair, and that would be fun. That would totally
we'll
be
dress
fun.
it up, and you can haul my stuff.
There, I could be the new cart.
Yes. Cart 2.0.
Welcome everybody. It is time for another Low-Tro Reporter podcast. We have been doing few different things the last few weeks as we've been waiting for enough news to put out another podcast. We have been streaming usually on Tuesday nights and a mixture of skirmishes and leveling and gameplay and just fun stuff that we like to do in game. So if you like to check that out, we're usually on Tuesday nights around 8 o'clock Pacific or so. Speaking of what we've been doing in game, Carrie, why don't you start? As I switch things over for those of you who are video listeners, you'll get a chance to see me in game here for a little bit. What have you been doing in game?
Moria.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And Moria. And more Moria. And I still haven't gotten to where I can do the skirmishes with you in Moria. I'm getting close though. I'm right before the battle that is requested for the Deep Way or whatever. Yeah, the Grady Big one in the Deep Way, I believe. So I think I'm close.
I hope that you get there soon, because I would love to skirmish with you again.
I know, we've run out of skirmishes that we can do. We have, and I'm working on that. And then I have to do Mirkwood too.
Well, and then I have to run through everything for my champion as well. So I'll have to do the same thing you're doing, just on my champion and on your server instead of my server.
Get lots of knots and lots of mithril coins. You're gonna need them.
I'm not going to have any turbine points left because I'm going to spend them all on mithril coins.
Hey, Turbine, when you're listening to this as it's piped in the office, I need a sale of mithril coins, please.
Please. Thank you. And Amavosette, as always, is in the chat room, and I hope that he approves of our pronunciation of mithril coins.
Perhaps.
Hopefully. We'll see. So, as those of you who are watching visually, and some of you who are listening to the audio version can probably hear a little bit in the background, I am running around in game. Because, are you ready for it, Carrie?
I'm ready. I
ding level 105. Woo! Yeah, it's very, very exciting. Fun times. What I did to ding level 105 was, oh my gosh, the number of Ministirith, fetch quests that I did was absolutely astounding and scary and horrible and wonderful and awful and great, and it was just lots and 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 lots of time in Minas Tirith. No, your podcast didn't just skip. Yeah, it was almost... Here's the thing, in any other game, I would have been cursing up a storm at my computer. I would have been saying how horrible this is. But it's Low-Tro, so I kind of enjoyed it because this is not your typical MMO, as we've mentioned so many times. So running through Minas Tirith is not that bad because I'm exploring this city that I know so much about from the books and the movies and stuff like that, and I get to live in it. So, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
It was pretty exciting. But it is a lot of fetch quests in Minas Tirith, and I, even just in that one freaking city, I use so many Mithril coins.
Yeah, because you just don't want to run back down there. I know how far
just
that
didn't.
is.
I didn't even want to run.
Well, there's a couple of them. It's like, I know the guy's got to be around here somewhere. I can't find him. He's so close. I'm going to use a Mithril coin anyway.
Yeah. And I didn't even want to run to the stable master because, of course, the quest that you had to do was on the other end of the ring for where the stable master was. So you get to the stable master, run all the way over to the other guy, and then you'd have to run all the way back to get the stable master to go back up to the top. It's okay because it's Low-Tro. It's not great game design. Sorry. Maybe I'm a horrible person. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it.
I completely understand what you're saying.
Yeah. And want to mention, again, as we have talked about the last few times, we're going to try something new and see if any of you want to join us in-game. I am on Brandywine, so if anybody wants to join me around Minas Tirith, I'm on Wardazar. We usually record about 8 o'clock on Tuesdays, although we talked just now, our next podcast is going to be on a Monday. Just keep an eye on our Twitter, and we'll post where we're going. And when we're playing, but would love to have a whole group of people running around with me here as we record the podcast. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what we've done in game this particular week. Anything that you're looking forward to? You know what? No, let's do that at the end of the show.
I will do that.
Yeah. So let's move along. Thanks. First of all, to our wonderful and exceptional and amazing and lovely patrons.
I was gonna. I'm looking at the patron page right now. Your smiling face is on there.
Aw. Gee shucks. It's the way we keep the lights on here. It's the way we pay for our hosting. It's the way we make sure that the show moves on and all the other shows on the MMO Reporter Network. So if you want to help things out, go to patreon.com/MMO Reporter. Join, become a patron, check out our rewards as well as our goals for the network. So let's move things along to the news.
Okay. Update release 18.4.2 came out. Just some small cleanup things in this one. It came out last week, I believe, and that was the only thing we had, so we pushed back.
Yep.
The Helgrod Drakewings non-cap quest now completes.
And that was the one that they were that was bugging out a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. I think they had to change that to be the non-featured instance and some other stuff. You will be very happy to know that Bert Bartlesby backpack no longer looks weird when you're wearing a rune satchel. I know that was a concern of yours, and that was a hard sentence to say.
Say it 10 times fast. Come on, let's hear it.
No.
Just say Bert Bartleby's backpack.
Bert Bartlesby's backpack. Bert Bartlesby's backpack.
No. Okay, everyone at home right now, I know you're riding the bus or the subway or whatever, however you're getting to work.
Say it really loudly.
Say it 10 times fast right now. Try and say it. Come on, you know you wanna. Okay, move on. Sorry.
All right. What else was there? Oh, when you went into 3 Stonemark Street in the Dwarf housing neighborhood, it no longer puts you in 1 Stonemark Street. That's good.
That's an incredibly specific problem to have. You go into a house, it's like, Did
Come
someone come in and this looks a little different?
Yeah, this isn't my house. I didn't put this stuff here. I can't change anything. I went in my house.
So you walk out and you walk back in and you're like, no, there's still something wrong here.
I wonder if you walked out of one Stonemark Street and went, I didn't walk into this house.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you would step out at the other house because if it put you in it, right?
Yeah, you'd step out and then you'd go down to 3 and go back in and suddenly be in 1 again.
That is so funny. I'm sorry for everyone who this affected, and I know how much of a horrible person I am for laughing about this. Because I can only imagine how annoying that would be, right?
Oh, yeah, especially if you owned 3 Stonemark.
Yeah.
That would be almost enough to make me sell it, just so I could. And then you're asking people, now if I go into 2 Stonemark, do I end up in 4 Stonemark? And yeah. And that's pretty much, there's a muster horn in Minas Tirith after battle now. There's some skills for those with friend standing or above for Minas Tirith. Return to, guide to, and muster in after battle Minas Tirith. So maybe that'll help a little bit with the travels.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was mostly they were fixing Heligrad, and oh, by the way, we're going to end the house. Those 2 things. But by the way, we're going to fix the rest of this while we're at it.
Yeah, are they going to fix the crazy amount of lag that we're getting in some of these last zones of Gondor here?
Well, let's jump down to Daddy's interview. Daddy had an interview with some of the Low-Tro team, and it's an audio interview. I don't know if anyway. Are you going to play it?
I can most certainly can, of course. I can play a part of it, but I don't think that we can listen to the whole thing.
No.
I'm sorry, you'll understand in a moment.
Yeah, you'll see in a minute, yeah.
If it plays here.
Welcome to Daddy's Lot-Tro Guides. I'm Daddy, and today I will be asking several members of the Lot-Tro team specific questions.
Stop.
Okay, I'm done. Okay. Yes, no.
Okay, now you have to explain exactly why it is that we are having some issues. Let's first of all, as we talk about the lag stuff, why don't we let the chat room guess why they think we're having some issues with that particular audio. So you go ahead and guess, chat room, and see if you get it right while we talk about the lag. What did they say about the lag that we're getting in Minas Tirith in some of these zones?
They say Minas Tirith's lag is not a server issue, it is a client memory issue. So they have been having some memory issues. And they're trying to get the engineers in to fix it, but they're having trouble getting the what they need to do that.
So they're getting engineers in, so they don't have any in-house guys, or
I'm trying to read where they said it.
Okay, because I'm just thinking, have they outsourced and game coding issues now? That seems a weird thing. Or maybe it's transferring from other projects. Maybe
I got the impression it was transferring for other projects.
Yeah.
It was Dr. Octorthorpe, I believe. And I swear I read something about the that they needed engineers to come in and they couldn't get the resources, or they were waiting for the resources or something.
So this is pretty much exactly what I was talking about when we talked about Turbine moving to be a more mobile game studio, is that, you don't, unless you're an actively growing game, you don't need engineers all the time there just in case something goes wrong with the code. You need developers. So they probably moved all of their engineers onto these mobile projects that they're working on, and now they need to wait for an appropriate space in the timeline for those other games to get the engineers onto this task.
Yeah, so well, he thought it was Dr. Octorthorpe, but Dr. Octorthorpe went on, or several, and one of them said that, so they've been working hard on the lag that's in Minas Tirith, and with 18.2.4 release, they know pre-battle Minas Tirith has memory issues for many players. And one of the things that happens is the people with the high-end machines that have all of the graphics and stuff turned up very high notice the lag more than the people, as you noticed this evening when you turned everything down to very low. They don't notice the lag as much.
Yeah. Although I'm still having some issues, but I think that's more of a streaming and recording and doing this and doing that all at the same time.
Yeah, so he says Severlin says that, where is it? There seems to be some sort of bottleneck with some of the bosses and the raid. So they're looking to bring in extra engineering resources to look at it specifically, but and it's taking longer than they hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're allowed to have issues and work to try to fix them. I guess that's appropriate.
Well, yeah, they're also doing other work.
And what would that be? What else was teased in this exclusive interview?
The first thing that Severlin brings up is he was of course asking about the license. They're like, this is a business decision. Lawyers get involved. We don't get involved, but we have a 2.5-year plan. So that's what he said. Right now they have a 2.5-year plan. And then they are currently focused on not only telling the epic story and leading up to the gate, but what happens beyond, which we've heard that before from the Treant, who was Aaron. Aaron said the same thing, that they were hoping to be able to get to the gate and then go past the gate and show the scouring of the Shire and all of this other stuff.
Yeah.
So he said they hinted that an expansion was on its way. He doesn't want to talk too much about the expansion because they're still far enough away. But the word expansion came out of his mouth.
Okay, that's actually quite significant. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that shocked you as much as it shocked me.
It shocked me a lot.
Shocked our chat room.
Yep, it shocked me a lot. But I was thinking today. Severlin is also the executive producer for DDO. Yes.
I don't know.
And I think he is. Okay. And DDO, I'm trying to remember. I believe they use the words expansions as well, too. So DDO is older than Low-Tro and is still getting expansions.
Yeah, but so's EverQuest.
That's true.
Right.
But yeah, it did surprise me that it wasn't a quest pack. The word expansion was used.
Right, which denotes more than just content. It tends to be a significant change to the game itself, right? Like what happens now for everybody who's level cap. It doesn't necessarily mean more levels.
Right.
But it does mean that the game should be not significantly different, but there should be something added to the game to warrant it being an expansion rather than just a content update.
Right, yeah, quest trees, extra, new my brain is gone this evening.
Just
new classes,
stuff, right?
Yeah, new classes, a mechanic, something that's more than, hey, here's a bunch of quests in a new area.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm looking for about this. Mm-hmm. It's hard for me to imagine another class or another race because it has been so long since they've added anything in, and I really feel like Warden and Runekeeper filled the hole, and Bjorning have filled the holes that, and some might even argue that the Bjorning filled a hole that wasn't necessarily there yet. It's just a different
people
way
wanted
to do
a
things
Bjorning
that were already, exactly. So, anyways, that's my thoughts on that. What do you think? Like, what?
I was very surprised that they said expansion. Yeah. Honestly, especially when they started changing things to be more. What do they call? They call them updates instead of what they were calling them.
Yeah.
So I was surprised when it went to the 18.1, 18.2, 19. Rather than how they were doing it before. That I just assumed that it would kind of follow what DDO follows, which is just the updates.
So I'm excited. I think this is what are you as our listeners looking forward to? What do you think is going to come out of this expansion? Are you thinking there's going to be a new class? If so, what's it going to be? Are you thinking a new race? What other race really in Middle Earth? I mean, playable Ents?
Flying eagles. We have to fly on the eagles.
Fly like an eagle. Sorry, I'm done.
Yeah, we get to fly on the eagles.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really hard for me. It's obviously content-wise, we've got a pretty clear direction, and you could definitely center something around the Black Gate and into Mordor, and the big starting event for the expansion, the end of sort of this chunk of content and the start of the next expansion could be breaching of the Black Gate, that whole battle, right?
Yep,
And
absolutely.
And then going into the new content could be in Mordor.
Mm-hmm.
And then they could do updates again to add like Scouring of the Shire. Wow, I'm having some interesting game lag as I sit there doing nothing.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and chat room is saying they just want to be there when Aragorn makes his speeches. That's all that matters.
Yep, that's true. And yeah, that's true. 'Cause it's a pretty epic scene. Speaking of, well.
Oh, okay. Wait. Hold on. Imagine if
Mm-hmm.
for some of this they fully voiced it. Right?
Oh.
I mean, you could get Vigo, right?
Sure,
We
he'll
could
be
get
cheap
Vigo.
this
It's
time of
fine.
year. Yeah. Yeah. No. Are you with me?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. The LOTRO screen went funky, so.
Ah.
All right.
Nope. Yeah, so overall, interesting interview. If you'd like to go check it out. We'll have a
And
link
this
in the
was
show
just
notes.
part 1, so part 2 will be
yeah.
coming out. Yep.
Yeah. So, what else do we have on the docket for this show?
They
kinda jumped around a
changed.
bit,
So
sorry.
due to player feedback, part of the epic story in Pelennor Field's book was changed, and I don't want to spoiler it for people who haven't done it yet, but the players were very vocal about something they didn't like that happened story-wise. So Maid of Lions said, yes, that makes sense, that's justifiable, and changed it.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I don't agree that the freaking ranger called himself Aragorn, and they didn't seem to change anything when I didn't like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. But that was, yeah. Yeah, you want to be able to hit the button that says, no, don't do that.
Hit the button or hit the back of his head with your weapon.
One of
I mean,
the two.
one of those two would be fine for me.
Well, and there was in Isengard, when one of the rangers wandered off into the pits of Isengard, I just wanted to grab him and go, no, don't do that.
You moron! Right? Yeah.
Yes, please don't do that. I don't want to see you die. I like you. Please don't go in there. But he did. I don't know if the Farmer's Fair, yeah, there's mushrooms and stuff. The Farmer's Fair is coming. It starts Thursday, the 2nd of September, and runs through the 5th. That's not very long.
No, that's not very long at all. Sorry, chat room had a question. What if they want to redo it as someone who's already gone through it? Is there
You
any
can
way to
go,
do that?
yes, you can go to the reflecting pools. They will be at the reflecting pools, and you can redo it and watch the changed thing. Somebody asked
Perfect.
that on the forum, and Maid of Lions says it will be at the reflecting pool, and you can replay it.
Wonderful. Because
15th of September. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
No worries. And chat room also would like to sign a petition to
For
get
the-
fully voiced over speeches at the end, like the sort of Return of the King ending.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. I have no issues with that. Although our last petition didn't get very far. Chance Thomas has not done any more music for new expansion. Chance Thomas
Jasmine's music.
Please, sir, can we have some more? Like, seriously, this could happen. This could happen.
Yes, that could
okay,
happen.
sorry, the whole podcast can just stop now, because that's all that really matters. Right?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's all that-
absolutely.
Nothing
Yeah,
else
we're done.
matters.
Mic drop. Chance Thomas in the expansion doing
Yeah.
music. Mic
Okay.
drop.
Right. And of course, we are, if anybody's wondering, following the MMO Reporter Network tradition of wild, baseless speculation.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's
although
the
we
internet,
want
isn't
it to
it?
be
Wild,
true,
baseless. Yeah.
yes, but we pride ourselves on the level of our wild, baseless speculation. So, yeah, I want that so much. Now, what would be the Rohan was all very almost like a mix of Celtic and
Yeah.
sort of fiddle-ish sort of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very those types of rhythms and sounds. So what would Gondor be? Very almost I think like Eastern European almost, right?
Yeah. Like, are you thinking like Czech and Russian, that kind of
yeah,
sound.
like German, right? Also,
Well, see,
like,
I was thinking Gondor would be more the German sound, you
yeah,
know?
very, very precise, very
Yeah.
energetic, very powerful, and its chordal structure. Oh, okay, yeah.
But I
Sorry.
could see Great Britain, Irish, for Gondor, kind of a big swelling, long. You're the music teacher, but you know what I mean, like
But
long,
yeah, but it'd
flowing.
have to be a very structured. It couldn't. I don't think of it like that because Gondor has all now been built around war for so long that it needs to be very
Be very
structured, almost militaristic. Oh,
sharp militaristic music. You think?
yeah, kind of very rhythmic, I would
Mm-hmm.
think.
Yeah, I could see that.
And an incredibly melancholy undertone. Right?
Yeah.
There's just there's this honor, there's this pride, there's this belief in oneself, but underneath that there's this rotten core at the top.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
anyways, that's my thought. Sorry, now that we're back into Low-Tro Reporter, away from music in Low-Tro Reporter.
Yeah. We were
That
talking
was a
about the
fun
farmers
conversation.
fair.
We
Yeah.
can do that again anytime.
Yeah, I know you like your musics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
French horns. French horns.
Sorry, more French horns.
More French
Whatever music
horns.
type it is, it's got to have French horns in it. That's all
That could
you
be
have.
the battle call of Gondor, French horns.
Mhm.
There you go.
Well,
Could do it totally. I'm in.
Abs-
Now, how many of you? How many of you still remember the French horn joke? Because that was a while ago.
Me, I remember the French.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I've been interrupting in my excitement at the possibility. Let me rephrase that. It's not a possibility. In the pipe dream, in the wild-based
baseless.
speculation of having Chance Thomas come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just going to mention the farmers fair. I had the date wrong. It is the Thursday, which would be the first, the 1st through the 15th of September.
Okay.
You can play the farmers fair, and I believe that's the one where you chase the chickens and have to hide from the dogs and that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
That
And have
should
to
be
decide which chickens are happy and which chickens have eggs. Yeah. It's that one. It's an odd.
fun. Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's odd.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's an odd thing. All right, and that's pretty much what we had in the news for this last few weeks.
Awesome. Can you let people know about our wonderful sponsors?
I absolutely can. So if you're looking for a new PC, you want to check out Doghouse Systems, and be sure to use the coupon code MMO Reporter to get a free 120 gig SSD in addition to the 1 terabyte drive that comes with your system. They have some pretty awesome options for laptops and desktops if you're in the market for either one of those. Also, audibletrial.com/MMO Reporter, where you get 1 month free, which will get you 1 credit. Be sure to use your credit. And if you do keep your credits and keep Audible going, they do have awesome sales quite often, and they're always adding new. I'm an Audible member. I get all kinds of emails going, "Hey, take a look at our new stuff," and they've got some new stuff being
And I
added.
love. Sometimes I will look at a book, and I don't always buy it, but I will look at a book based on who the narrator is.
Yeah. Yep.
That is a big pull to whether or not I will try a book that I'm unsure about is if I like the narrator. So I've got certain ones that I like.
And I believe if you don't like your book, you can just let them know, and they'll let you get a different book.
Cool. I've never tried that. So
I haven't either, but someone had mentioned that to me, that if you don't like your book,
That's
you
awesome.
can trade it out.
That's like No Man's Sky and Steam.
Yeah, but not PlayStation 4, I don't think.
Sony has been doing refunds as well.
Okay, I haven't asked for one.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I think. Anyways.
I'll get it. I'll get
moving
enough. I'll get enough out of it
Yep.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that's
Okay.
it.
So let's move things along to community.
So I ran across this. I was looking at my local news website today, and I ran across a video clip of an actual Hobbit house in Port Orchard, Washington, and it's at the back of it's a back of a nursery, so you can actually go visit this place. And yeah, they took the time to come up with a Hobbit house. They used culvert. They used road culvert for the door and stuff for the height.
Yeah.
And so the door's round. They have portholes for the windows, and it's kind of cute. It's really, really cute.
That's awesome. I'm trying to get it to work now, but it won't load anymore on the page. So we'll have a link in the show notes if you want to check that out, and you can see this wonderful thing that is pretty close to us.
It is
nice
very close.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's really awesome. So we'll have a link for that in the show notes. So go check that out. Of course, you can find our show notes at mmoreporter.com.
Yes, and I forgot to add one thing to the show notes. Winter stock has been scheduled. I believe it is the month of December.
Oh, perfect. Well,
pretty much.
Yeah.
So I'll get the links to that. We'll be talking about it for a while, but they've already announced like winter stock 4, I think. Yeah, cool. And it's different than weather stock in that it's smaller concerts like every Saturday in December or something. It's a lot of concerts.
That's awesome. For all of you music-loving people, a great way to get together with the Low-Tro community.
Right.
And it is Low-Tro, not Lot-Tro.
Yeah, it is definitely Low-Tro. That is an O.
Yeah.
If you have in-game events and you would like to let us tell our lovely listeners about it, please email us at lotro.reporter@gmail.com so I can throw it in the show notes and we'll know about your event.
Awesome. So what's your plan for the next gaming week? What are you going to do in Lord of the Rings?
I am finishing the epic story If It Kills Me, and then I'm going to Mirkwood and finish the epic story there. And then I will try to hop on my Landreval and work my way through the epic story there, but at least I'm getting closer to Gondor there. I'm in Gondor. I'm getting close to Minas Tirith there, so I'm working my way through that. Yeah, that's a little more difficult than doing Moria on a level 100 character, and it's a mini, so it's a little squishy, so I have to be careful. So it takes me a little longer than say somebody who has a Cappy or a Warden or something.
Face roll.
Pretty much. Yeah. And I have to be a little more strategery about where I go and who I take on.
Yeah, I just hit everything.
Yeah, and I can hit one thing. If 2 things arrive, it's too much. So
yeah, that's the joy of the masteries too, because that quickens my pace that I'm able to get my my gambits out. So I'm even better. Not that wardens are OP, but wardens are OP. In the best way possible, because I play one.
Yep. So you can say that.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
So there you go. Yeah. So if people want to get as for me, sorry, I guess what I'm going to be doing in Low-Tro next week, I'm going to hold off on my champion for just a little bit and get into the sort of level 105 gameplay and see what that's like and what's going to keep my warden busy as I wait for the next level expansion or the next content or this new expansion they announced. Kind of, not really. That's I'm gonna just sort of get into that. I haven't really been at that point in the game since Hobbit.
Oh.
So yes, I know I pronounced it wrong.
You're doing that on purpose. Okay, you do know who's in the chat room, and you're doing it on purpose. Got it.
On purpose. Yeah, I called it Hobbit to Aaron. So, yeah. Okay.
And he corrected you, I believe.
Several times. And all the time. Yeah. So that's what I'm
Junior's BB says he reminds him of a joke. What is the best fellowship? A warden.
I love it. Love it.
And if you have more warden jokes, you can email us at lotro.reporter@gmail.com. You can tweet at us with them at Low-Tro Reporter. You can find us on Facebook. Just search for Low-Tro Reporter. You can actually leave us a voicemail with the joke at 616-666-6778. Be sure to check us out on youtube.com/MMOreporter Network. I believe that little birdie told me that there will be videos coming of like people smiling faces soon.
Your wonderful smiling face looking back at us from PAX. Why, yes, there will be.
Yeah.
editing like crazy, and we're before I forget. Oh, and you know what? I'll talk about it at the end. I don't want to interrupt your contact information stuff. Sorry.
You can check out our website at LOTROreporter.com and be sure to subscribe to us on Twitch at twitch.tv/MMO Reporter, and you'll know when any of the shows on the network go live.
We are so close to 1,000 followers on
Twitch. Okay, so I'll start writing that on the back of the business cards that I'm taking to PAX and handing them to people. Go follow.
Please follow us on Twitch. Yeah. Just like every single person you see at PAX, all 70, 80,000
of them. Please follow me on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can find...
That's the new mixtape.
Yeah.
It's your Twitch channel.
Please follow me on Twitch. You can find me on Twitter at the Carrie Mac. It's TheCarrimac. And how can they find you on Twitter?
At Almazar. And we both kind of share the duties of the Low-Tro Reporter.
Yeah.
So if you have a specific question.
Yeah, specify who you want to answer it. And so, and if it's with the C, you still don't know which one of us it is that's answering it.
Yeah. Hey, so it's been a lot of fun.
Yes, it has.
I really enjoyed this. I want to remind everybody, we're not going to be doing anything next week at all. No streaming, no show, because it is PAX week. And so we're going to be focusing on that and getting those videos out for you. And then the following week, we're going to be recording on a Monday. So we stream our recordings. You can come and join us at our Twitch page, which if you like, you'd know when we go live. And you can join us in-game. I will be on my Warden again on Brandywine there, getting used to the level 105 gameplay. So if you want to join me and go out and do some quests while we record the show, then you are welcome to do so.
He could use the help because he's got glowy things flying around him.
Darn it. It's because I'm a warden. I don't actually die. I just take a nap for a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, Carrie, it's been an absolute pleasure recording once again. As always, it's a ton of fun.
Yes.
Always fun. And thanks to our fantastic chat room. You are amazing. Thanks to everyone who downloads the podcast, watches it, however you consume it. We sure appreciate it. We hope that you come back next week, but most importantly, we hope to see you in game.
Night, everybody.
Thanks for watching the video, everybody. Don't forget to check out all the other podcasts at MMOreporter.com or by clicking on any of the links here. And please check out our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MMOreporter. Thanks, everyone, and see you in game.